Well, it's a photograph of the front of Myers Farm, just the house part in the garden, and very much it still is today, except the garden is now gone. There's a car park, and there's a man and woman outside. We've always assumed that this was my great aunt Lizzie, my father's aunt Elizabeth, and her husband James Wilson, because we found the negative for this photograph just in the house when we moved into Myers Farm in 1947. The negative was just lying around, and eventually I had a print made from it. So we can only assume that it's Aunt Lizzie and her husband James Wilson. They were married in 1903 according to the 1911 census, which said they had then been married 8 years. She was then 40 and he was 41, and they never had children. But James Wilson had been at Myers Farm since he was a very small child. He was born at Bottom's Farm in Silverdale, and then by the 1871 census, the Wilson family had moved to Myers Farm, and they've got, I think, 10 children. And gradually the children left as adult children, and he eventually was left with 2 sisters housekeeping for him. And the 1901 census, he'd just got 1 sister housekeeping for him, and by the 1911 census, he'd got a wife, which was my Aunt Lizzie.